Let me begin with a voice you may not expect. Not a politician. Not a professor. A migration broker in Istanbul. He says, it costs about $17,000. We arrange visas. Brazil. Nicaragua. Then Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico. 1 month. Safer. We have plans for everything. When I first heard these words, I did not hear a criminal plan. I heard something else. I heard organization. I heard hope mixed with risk. I heard people trying to survive in a world full of closed doors. For many years, when we talked about migration from the Middle East, we looked only toward Europe. Europe was the destination. Europe was the focus. But something changed. Borders became harder. Resettlement programs were reduced. Waiting lists became endless. And people did what people always do when doors close. They looked for other ways. So now, many are heading west. Across oceans. Across continents. Toward North America. That is why arrivals from Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Turkey at the US-Mexico border have increased so much. Now, here is a very important idea. Migration routes are not straight lines on a map. They are not fixed roads. They are more like networks. Always moving. Always changing. One visa opens a door. Another closes it. One country is welcoming today. Tomorrow, it is not. So migrants do not talk about routes. They talk about the game. Not smuggling. The game. Why? Because the rules change all the time. Let me explain this game. There are many types. Some people walk through mountains and forests. They call this the self-directed game. Some cross borders in cars. That is the taxi game. Some use boats. That is the ship game. Some rely on trains or buses. That is the ticket game. Some even try the air game, using borrowed or false documents to fly. And yes, sometimes there is even a police game, where border officials quietly cooperate. This may shock us. But for migrants, this is knowledge. Shared online. Shared in whispers. Which embassy is more flexible? Which checkpoint asks fewer questions? Where does the law bend a little? Here is the key point. At every step, people move between legal and illegal. Not suddenly. Not clearly. But slowly. Carefully. A visa is legal today. Tomorrow, it is useless. A document is valid in one office. Rejected in the next. An officer reads the paper differently. The rule changes overnight. So migrants learn to read the system, not just the law. This is where brokers come in. Think of them not as map makers, but as navigators. Their skill is not building one road. Their skill is adapting. They watch visa rules, political tensions, new laws, new restrictions. They try to keep people as close as possible to legality. Not safe. Not guaranteed. Just possible. So what do we learn from this? Migration is not chaos. And it is not simple. It is a strategic response to a complex world. People do not move randomly. They move intelligently. Carefully. Desperately. From the Middle East to Latin America to the US-Mexico border, there is no single path. There are many corridors, many improvisations, many risks. Let me end with this thought. When we talk about migration, we often talk about borders. But migrants talk about options. They are not asking for shortcuts. They are asking for possibilities. And until the world offers safer, clearer paths, the game will continue. Not because people want to break the rules, but because they are trying to live. Thank you.